Oh, hi everybody! It's Friday, February 21st, 2025. Let's get this going. Oh man, I don't know about where you are, but for San Antonio, it's cold. We dipped down into the upper 20s, and now we're like in the 30s. It's pretty cold for here. Let me know how it is where you. I'm already a little buzzed, but it's. I don't know what I don't want to go. I'm not gonna go out in the cold, so I might as well get warm up with a little booze and beer. I'm listening to Acrophet, 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 however you want to say it. Corrupt Minds, some good old 80s thrash. Hope this doesn't get copyrighted. I don't think it should. Anyway, I'm going to review 1988's Lair of the White Worm. Can't find the case. It was somewhere around here, and I cleaned up, but I don't see it anywhere. So yeah, a lot to unpack with this one. I used to have a huge, like full-size movie poster of it. I remember when it came out, like an article in Fangoria. But now that I think about it, did I rent it or did I just see it on cable? I think both. It's written and directed by Ken Russell from a Bram Stoker story, and like I found the DVD at the thrift store, and it was recent too, and I can't remember where. Maybe the one just like it's like 2 miles from here. Goodwill, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, and then I was like, man, Lair of the White Worm. I haven't seen it in probably 20 years. But I remember liking it. It was just weird. So I went to print up some zines and I was going to put something on while I'm putting these zines together. But I was, it's got to be something like doing these. If it's a new movie, I want to devote attention to it. Don't want any distractions. If I'm doing something, I want to put on a movie I know by heart. But then for this, I wanted like something in the middle, something I hadn't seen in a while that I could pay attention to and still do the zine. So I picked Lair of the White Worm, and it was great. But I looked up IMDb because I wanted to find some facts, but more I was just the cast. So there's a. Let's see, where did it begin? I guess I'll just start with the cast and then talk about the movie. So there's the antagonist is, I can't remember her name, Lady Snakehead, I will call her. It's played by Amanda Donahoe, who, like, I only know her from this, but I looked up her filmography. She's been in a bunch of stuff, but she was in Liar, which I've never seen. But from this, like, there's something about she's pretty, but she's not like sexy, but there's something about her that exudes a sexuality that like a forbidden, like something you want. And yeah, she's perfect for this role. She kind of reminds me, I can't remember the name of the actress, the queen from Conan the Destroyer. Definitely in that mold, maybe like sluttier or just more conniving. There's just something wicked about her. She's really good. Her voice is great. Small, it's weird. Like she looks like she has small boobs, but you see her without a bra, and they look fine. Peter Capaldi plays Angus, who, like looking back, I thought he was the main character. He kind of shares it with Hugh Grant, but and he kind of looks like Hugh Grant. I was getting them confused. I think like when I watched it a long time ago, but I looked him up because I only know him from this, just like the Donahoe, and he's in the Paddington movies. which they keep coming up for me. Like I keep hearing how good the Paddington movies are, and he's in all of them. I think he's been in other stuff, but so man, this dude's still going today. He plays Angus, and then Catherine Oxenberg. I looked her up. She's cute in this. She's kind of like, if the photo on IMDb is like from the last few years, she's just gotten kind of prettier. She's cute in this, but she's one of the few women that, it's harder for girls. Seems like as men get older, some men get more attractive. Women just less. It's just like a downward spiral for them. But she's a very pretty lady and very handsome lady. And then she played Lady Diana in some movie. Sammy Davis plays Catherine Oxenberg is Eve. The actress Sammy Davis plays her sister Mary, and I've heard like a Swedish or Norwegian, Finnish death metal band describe British women as they look like small men. So ever since I've read that in the interview, like it's always been in my head. And Sammy Davis kind of does look like a small man, but she's still cute. And she was in 4 Rooms. I saw that in the theater. I do not remember who she was. I'd like to just see it just to see her. And she's... Everybody, all these characters I've just named, they're great in this. They're very likable. I like them. You're rooting for them. You don't dislike them or hate them. Like in a lot of movies, maybe it's just some like American actors. They're just so conceited and ugly inside, and it just oozes off the screen. But I liked everybody in this. And then Hugh Grant. This is from '88. This is the first time I ever saw Hugh Grant. You could tell there's something about him. He is great in this. He's just kind of like a snide, smarmy, prickish kind of dude, but he's still likable. You still like him. And as I was watching it, I was like, could he have been like James Bond? Because all the James Bonds, they have like a streak of toughness to them. But I've heard in the books that he's just supposed to be like, you almost don't notice him. And I think Hugh Grant kind of straddled that line where, yeah, he's just like a dandy. But it's just he's very almost sarcastic. He's not, but not mean. He's just really good. He's very likable in here. He plays like the Lord of the Land. So it starts out, Angus, he finds like a giant, well, not giant, but a pretty big like dinosaur skull where he's excavating. He's Scottish. So he's come to this small English village to do some like digging up bones. And he finds the skull, and then Lady Snakehead comes back, and she just senses, that he's uncovered this, and she worships the white worm, and yeah, she just wants to just propagate his evil and sacrifice and disgust and everything bad. And this is directed by Ken Russell. I've only seen just Altered States by him, I think, and he should have done more horror movies. I thought he was like a horror, like mainly horror director. He's done all kinds of movies. I haven't seen The Devils, but his imagery is really good. It's very cheap looking, like I guess a lot of blue screen at the time, but it's very shocking the stuff they show, what they do to like where Angus found the skull. They had built a place for nuns, nun building, and these Roman soldiers attacked the nuns, and you know what they did to these nuns, and it's not super graphic, but you get the message. It's pretty gross, nasty, and disgusting, and I loved it. But just the way he films this stuff, you see Jesus on the cross, you see the white worm. It's pretty shocking, actually. Um, but overall, there's not um, all that stuff is like flashback, dream, uh, hallucinations that people have when they touch something. Like the snakehead, Lady Snakehead, like she can spit venom, and she spits it. She sees the cross with Jesus on it on the wall, and she spits her venom on it, and then Mary touches it because she sees there's some snot on the cross, and then she has a vision. So it's that. So it's not happening. It's a like a dream sequence. So there isn't a lot of like crazy gore or mindless violence. It's like a slow build, but not too slow. Right now, I would almost compare it to like Fargo. Because the last time I saw Fargo, like I remember when I first saw Fargo, it was good, but just kind of slow. I thought, and then when I saw it the last time, I was like, this movie just builds and builds. Lair of the White Worm does that, and then when you get to the last maybe 20 minutes, it ramps it up. And I would say that you get into some Evil Dead territory, and Hugh Grant is like Ash for a little bit. And then Angus becomes, it's like the other half of the Ash character. There's a awesome like snake person is hacked in twain, and that was just worth it for that alone. That was really good, and it's Hugh Grant who does it. Oh, sorry, spoiler. And then when he does it, like he uses a sword, and the sword is so big, and his swing is so strong that he kind of turns him all the way around, and he falls into a drum set. And I was like, that would probably really happen. Like if you're freaking out, the snake monster is gonna get you, and you chop it in half with the sword, you would follow through, and you would just go wild. So that was really good. Good gore. A lot of stuff with the Lady Snakehead. She's a really good antagonist. She's a good villain. She's not like a mindless monster either. She has her goal and the way she does things. There's a part at the end where it's gonna get pretty like graphic, or and she's no time. What did she say? No time for ceremony, onto the ritual. So that's cool. Because what she wanted to do, she didn't have time to do. It was pretty gross what she wanted to do. So Lair of the White Worm, yeah. And I didn't, when I see stuff at thrift store or wherever, DVDs, VHS, I guess I'm so like kind of excited about seeing something cool, like something like Lair of the White Worm. That would be like seeing Nail Gun Massacre or Near Dark, or I'm just trying to name movies here, or Lobster Man from Mars. Like you'd be like, oh, that's awesome. But then I'd be going through my movies, and I was I'll watch it later. Which I'm kind of glad I did, because it seems like I watched it when I needed to watch it. Yeah, the effects are great. The white worm it's gross. It's big and genital like. But I won't tell you what happens at the end. I was just like, man, I want everyone to be good. I want Eve, Mary, Angus, and Lord Hugh Grant. I want them to go to the local pub and have a pint. And, yeah, because I like them all so much. And there's a lot of nudity from Lady Snakehead and like the nuns. Geez, I want to give it a. I guess I'll give it a 4. Just Ken Russell, and he should have done. And he should do some Lovecraft or Robert E. Howard or dude, he would have loved Layman. But I'll give it a 4. I'm feeling generous, and I really liked it. It just really just pushes the boundaries. And it was still able to come out the theater, even and it's a British movie. I bet Clive Barker like jizzed all over the VHS. So yeah, Lair of the White Worm, solid 4. I wanted to tell you that I've been delving into. I've been listening to music more, and like now there's something clicked where I'm hearing music differently now. I'm enjoying it even more. Where I was kind of in a streak where I was kind of bored, but I just got a wild hair up my nose and looking up bands, and I looked up. I was on Metal Archives, and I looked up Dr. No. I always thought they were like honestly like a ska punk band. No, they're not. They're like hardcore thrash, and I can't remember the name of the album. Oh, like Ravaged Person, or I think it's their second album, but it sounded really good. I really want to get it. Them, there's another band called Not Us, like Satan backwards, but then they changed their name to just Not Us. I think their album is called. They did one album called "Think What You Want." I want to get that. And there's like almost no like info about this album online. Adam Craft, another band, man, they sounded so cool. But yeah, check them out if you like that like obscure post-apocalyptic 80s thrash crust. And check out and listen to it and watch Lair of the White Worm. I'm gonna try to do another video very soon. Oh, I'll see ya.